You are watching TopNotch TV, Beyond the Lens. Welcome to another eye-opening episode of Let's Talk Tourism, where Uganda's stories come alive through nature, people, and purpose. This week, we take you to Lake Katwe, one of East Africa's most iconic saltwater lakes within the heart of Kasese district, a place of rich history, natural wonder, and resilient communities. This is more than just a lake, it's a living heritage. And this show is proudly sponsored by Canine Safaris Ltd and TopNotch Media, your partners in celebrating Uganda's untapped tourism treasures. So we sloped down to Queen Elizabeth National Park, a medley of wonders with most of the great treasures where everywhere you go, you get something that is surprising you. Of course, Lake Katwe. Our journey begins with a conversation with Mr. Nicholas Kagongo, the Visionary Director of the Katwe Ecotourism Information Center, well popularly known as KATIC. He shares with us the deeper wonders of Lake Katwe, its salt mining legacy, its people, and the ecotourism efforts reviving the region. Statistically, Lake Katwe has championed in primary living education, that is PLE, and Uganda National Examinations Board, that's UNEP, has championed being asked in most of SST questions and also in geography questions under photography and nature interpretation. So most of the schools tend to visit this lake as to why probably its existence is highly asked. Therefore, to understand the impact of tourism on the community, we also spoke with the head of social studies at Busitibo Primary School, who sheds light on how Lake Katwe's tourism development area is not only inspiring students, but creating dreams of a brighter future. Right about now, like we told you, we are at Lake Katwe, the land of salt. And guess what? We have someone who is behind all this work, the conservation work, the minds behind, who created some of the projects that are leading to some of the great conservation work that is within this particular lake. Here we have Mr. Nicholas. Let him introduce himself. Sir, you most welcome.
Thank you very much. Nicholas Kagongo are my names, and I'm the director of Katwe Ecotourism Information Center. And this center is created to welcome visitors from all parts of the world. And whenever they visit this place, we sell them some tourist products within the community. We have the salt tour, whereby we bring visitors to see the salt lake, which is one of the unique tourist products. Then also we have bird watching on Lake Munyanyange, where we have some visitor birds that come from different countries. Others come from Europe, others come from Kenya, others come from Tanzania. They visit Lake Munyanyange. Then we also have fishing activity on Lake Edward, whereby we take there our visitors to see different species of fish, which are caught within Lake Edward. Yeah.
Okay. One first crazy stupid question.
Please.
Why is this place too hot?
This place is too hot because right now we are in a depression. And being a depression, the lower you get here, the hotter it becomes.
Okay.
And well, this place, Lake Katwe, is not very far from the equator line. It's almost 15 kilometers away from the equator line. So you expect hot temperatures, and the temperatures here can go beyond 31 degrees Celsius. When it is around January to March, July to mid-August.
Okay.
Yeah, we experience these hot temperatures on Lake Katwe.
Okay, so which means there is increased precipitation around?
Of course. The presence of hot temperatures here,
Okay.
it's one of the major factors in the formation of salt. If we are in a wet season, no salt extraction. We only extract salt during the hot days of the year. So in a year, we have two peak seasons. One of the first peak season begins from early January to mid-March, peak season begins from July to mid-August. So it means we depend on hot temperatures in order to get salt. Because the process of mining salt or extraction of salt goes through stages. And the first stage, that is precipitation. Then the second stage is sedimentation. Then the third stage is dredging.
Okay.
Then another stage is scooping or removing the salt product from the salt plots.
Okay.
Then after that, another stage, it is washing the salt product to get rid of other impurities that you extract with salt. Then another stage is drying the salt product. Then the last stage is packaging or storage. That's the last stage.
Wow.
Then you get the final product of salt that you can take at home, push in chicken or fish, you just celebrate.
That's how money is made here.
Yeah, we have 3 grades of salt. We have grade 1, a single grade with different colors. It appears white, appears pink, appears gray, appears dark. It depends what you need. And then we have grade 2 salt, which is for the livestock, for cows, goats, pigs, sheep, all that. Then we have the grade 3, which is called locally mahonde. And mahonde can be well used in homes, in cooking, like most people are using it in cooking beans, and other people in Western Uganda are using it in putting it in Kabwohe, or there's another dish called chitama. Then we also use it in industries. Almost 90% of mahonde is used in industries or rock salt, textile factories, pharmaceutical, chemical, to mention the few.
Okay.
Yes, please.
The viewers are anxious. They want to know what's the history behind this lake? Just briefly.
The history of the lake is dating back around the 12th century. But the lake, it was first discovered around early 1300, and it was discovered by a man called Murogo. And Murogo was a renowned hunter in the land of Kitara. Before the Bunyoro Kitara kingdom, there was Kitara, and this was part of Kitara.
Okay.
So this Murogo was hunting, on his way hunting, he discovered Lake Katwe. Okay. And that's why today the lake is named after him. It is called Katwe Kamurogo, because it was first sighted by him. But if you go back, this lake was first a property of Bunyoro Kitara, dating back around mid-1600. Then around the beginning of 1700, it was partly owned by Ankole Kingdom during the reign of Omukama Mutambuka. But Buganda kicked out Ankole and it took control of the mines. Again, Bunyoro pushed away Buganda, and then Bunyoro retained back the control of the Salt Lake.
Okay.
So this lake has been a property of different kingdoms in the Intercastrian region.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. 2 questions.
Yes, please.
And we close this.
Yes, please.
Now, Lake Katwe is, I may say it is a TDA, Tourism Development Area, right?
Yeah.
How has it contributed towards, I may say, economic development of Katwe Kabatoro?
Yeah, Katwe Kabatoro is named Katwe Kabatoro because of the salt lake. I may say that the town is named after the salt lake. Okay? That's what I can say.
Yes.
But this lake has contributed a lot to the development of this town council. Because so far, the town council collects revenue every year that can total to almost 1.5 billion Uganda shillings. And 2, it has created employment opportunities to the locals. Over 5,000 people, Ugandans, are employed here. 60% of the labor here is provided by women and 40% by men. But here we don't need a degree, we don't need a diploma, you trained on job. But these women are able to earn a daily wage when they work for these landlords that own salt pans. They earn a lot. Like when they come from other communities, when it's a peak season, they come here to work. At least at the end of 2 to 3 months, they go with some reasonable cash within their pocket.
Okay.
And this is one of the jobs in Uganda that is making women financially independent.
Okay.
They're able to earn a daily wage.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, a quick one.
Yes.
If there is an investor outside there,
Yes.
who would feel like I need to invest something like I can create my own pond, how should I go about it?
If you want to create, because this resource, it is owned by the central government. But today, it's the town council which is taking care of the salt mines on the behalf of the central government. So if you want to put up any project here, you have to go through Katwe Kabatoro Town Council, so that you can acquire permission to carry any project of your choice on this lake. But we've received a number of investors. Apart from salt, salt is only like 30% within the lake, but we have other minerals within the lake. For example, we had other investors that came here who had discovered lithium here.
Okay.
But when they came here, they did not match with the local population. They wanted to kick them out, which was not good until we kicked them out. But I know they will come back because they are still interested in a number of minerals which are present within the salt deposit here.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
at how much can I get a pond?
A pond.
Yes.
A cost of buying a salt pan, it depends on the size and how productive is that pan.
Okay.
You can obtain a pan between 6 to 7 million up to 35 million. Then after buying it, you acquire or you own that salt pan for lifetime.
Oh.
It's your property.
Okay.
Yeah, like most of us who have salt pans, like me, I have about 7. I got them from my father. I do not buy them.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm Dennis Beinamasco, a teacher at Busitibo Primary School, teaching social studies and religious education. Today it was a great pleasure for me and my pupils whom I guided a study tour that has for long been not conducted. According to history, it is predicted that they last went for a trip like 20 years back. But this year, in collaboration with the administration, I decided to engage our runners and we bring them for a study tour. Today I came leading a group of 92 members on board, including learners of P5, P6 and P7. Our first visit was at Kazinga Channel, where we were guided through fishing, where pupils got a pleasure, most of them step their first foot on a boat to travel on water. After there, we drove to Mwea in Queen Elizabeth National Park. On the way, we were able to see many animals, buffaloes, elephants, to mention but a few. From there, we headed to Lake Katwe, see how salt mining is done. There, fortunately, we got a very good guide who guided us through how that activity is done. Runners were exposed to the discovery of the lake. We are guided through how this lake was discovered and how the salt wells are made.
We are coming to see how men extract rock salt from the lake. You can see some men standing inside the lake, and what the men are doing, they are extracting mahonde. They are mining mahonde. Mahonde is mined from the bottom of the lake, and the work is done by only men. And men enter inside the lake at 8 o'clock early morning. They come back at 5 o'clock late evening. Are we all together? So they have been inside the lake since morning, and they will come back here late evening at 5 o'clock. And when men are standing inside the lake, they don't put the whole body inside. Part of their body must be outside the water, and part of their body must be inside the water. And before they enter, they first apply a Vaseline, like Samona, like Vaseline on their body. Then they enter to avoid the salt water to drain water from their body through the process of osmosis. Through the process of what? Osmosis.
Some things which they were learning theoretically, today they got a chance to see them with their eyes, and some of them were done practically. So I call upon parents to always support us when we call them fund such activities, because they expose the runners. Runners go to get what to tell in the future, and I think it has gone to record that in 2025, second term, Busitibo Primary School organized a study trip to the southwestern part of Uganda, mainly Kasese as our destination. From Lake Katwe, we headed to the equator, where runners also were able to see the equator. Then after the equator, we are heading to Mubuku irrigation scheme. Then as we are going home, we shall pass via the twin lakes of Rubirizi and Chamhunga Tea Factory, and we call it a day. I thank you, the TopNotch TV, for capturing our trip, and I pray to God that may God bless you, and I request that God grant us journey mercies for the rest of the trip activities we are left with. Then we call it a day. Thank you.
Of course, from the charming salt pans to the stories of hope, Lake Katwe is more than a destination. It's a testimony of heritage, sustainability, and local pride. We thank our guest, Mr. Kagongo, and the community of Katwe for opening their world to us. This episode was brought to you by Canine Safaris Ltd and TopNotch Media, inspiring travel one story at a time. Stay curious, stay connected, and join us next week on Let's Talk Tourism. Until then, travel with purpose.
You are watching TopNotch TV, Beyond the Lens.